Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I'll be showing you how to create your own online course website just like Udemy using WordPress. And for these we'll be using Foxlms by THEWPBRO, which is a powerful tool for building a full-fledged LMS website. Before we dive in, I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of what we're going to be building in this tutorial. Now we have this simple website right here with this hero section. We have our hero title here with the subheading and also a button and then an image at the right hand side, something basic. Then we have the next section that tells our user the reason why they need to choose our platform over any other of our competitors. And then I gave 4 reasons right here. I'm going to show you how you can create yours also. And then we have the next section that shows that talks about all the courses on our platform. It says explore varieties of courses on one platform. And then we have a link that will lead to a page where they can access all the courses that is available on our website. And then also I have a section where I just decided to showcase a few courses, and we have our stories and our success stories and testimonial section where you can talk about the good reviews that your students gave your platform. And moving on, we can add our latest blog post here. And I have a CTA also to call people to join as an instructor, and this is one of the ways which you can use to make extra money with your website. You can allow people to sign up on your website, upload their courses, and then you're going to take a commission of the sales they make. And we have our frequently asked questions where we're going to answer the questions that people ask about our platform the most instead of asking us directly every time. Then also we have our final call to action here, and here we are calling people to sign up for an account on our website, and then they need to start learning. So this is basically our landing page. And we have other pages here also, like the contact us page. And on the contact us page, we just have our basic information details where people can reach out to us to ask questions about our platform. And as you can see, we have our address, phone number, email, and then we have this form right here that they can fill to send us the message, and then we reply promptly to them. And we have other pages here also, like our dashboard. Let me click on dashboard. And on the dashboard, that's where you can manage everything that has to do with your accounts on this website. You can see your total enrolled courses, your total completed courses, and then your total certificate of completion. If you've attempted any quiz in the past, you're going to see your quiz attempts right here. And moving on, we're going to check our courses. Another courses, you're going to see all the courses that you're currently enrolled in and the ones that you've completed. As you can see, I've completed these courses, and by the time I switch to this tab, you're going to see that the course is going to appear under the completed courses. And also we have our menu for certificates, where you can see all the certificates that you've gotten from several courses that you've completed on the platform. And then we'll move to the reviews, where you can manage all your reviews about this about several courses that you've taken on this platform. As you can see, about this course, I gave a review and I said I love the course. And talking about this course, let's view how it looks like. So click on this button to open up the course, and here we can see all the details about the course, like the course title, the course description, what is needed for you, everything that is that has to do with this course. For example, it's going to take 45 hours and 30 minutes to complete. We have 0 enrolled students and 30 sections, 15 lessons, and other information. And we have our average rating here based on 1 rating, and I was the one that gave that rating for this course. And we can also see the course content, several lessons that are under each section, and we can switch to the reviews tab. And as you can see my review here that I dropped on February 14, and I also give a 5-star rating. And you can also decide to click on this download certificate, and it's going to load up on a new tab where you can view your certificate. And if you want to download it right away, you can click on the download button to download the certificate on your phone or on your computer. As you can see, we can see the certificate title. This is going to be replaced by your course title, and then it is presented to your user. And under this signature, we're going to change this from this course title to something else. I will show you how you can do that in the course of this tutorial. And then we can see the dates which the certificate was issued out. Alright, so that is basically everything that we're going to be designing and everything we're going to be creating in this tutorial. Let's get started with this tutorial properly. So if you're watching this video, I want to believe you have a basic knowledge of WordPress websites and how to buy your domain and hosting. And I'm just going to start from the process of installing the WordPress software on your domain name. Now to do that, come here to click on WordPress Manager by Softaculous, or you can just search it in these search tools. You can search for Softaculous and click on Softaculous installer. But for me, I'm just going to click on this menu right here, WordPress Manager by Softaculous. And here what we want to do is to click on install. And now this is where you're going to be installing WordPress on your domain name. Now under the choose installation URL, I'm going to choose the URL I'm going to be using, which is this one. And I'm going to remove WP from the directory because I want to install it directly on this URL. And now we're going to come down to site settings. I'm going to change this to learn WP. And you can also change these settings when you install WordPress on your domain. I'm going to show you how you can change this site description when we install WordPress on our domain. And for the admin username, I'm going to just go with my name, the WPBRO. And for the password, we'll go with something simple. Okay. All right. And for the admin email, I'm going to use my own personal email address. And we're going to untick all these plugins as we do not need them. I'm going to be showing you the plugins we need when we install WordPress. Now click on install. And now it says congratulations, the software, which is WordPress, was successfully installed. Was installed successfully. Now the first link is going to lead us to our home page. This is how our WordPress website looks like at the moment. And by the time we're done, we're going to have something that looks like this. Now this is our website at the moment. And the second link is going to lead us to the back end of our website. And that is where we can start installing plugins, creating new pages, and doing everything that has to do with our websites. Alright, so it says welcome to WordPress, and there are a few things I need to do before I start creating this website. That is what I like to do when I install WordPress on a new domain. Now I'm going to expand these screen options, and I'm going to deactivate every option that we have under these screen elements because I do not need them. Now the next thing I need to do is to come to settings and come to general. And here I told you earlier that you can change your settings when you install WordPress. Now we're going to change this tagline to, let's say, my online course websites. Okay, my online course websites. And also you can change your site icon. Site icon are icons like this, so in case you want to put your own custom image, you can just change it right here. And also we're going to enable this membership option because we want people to create accounts on our websites. And now we get to save changes. Alright, so our changes has been saved. The next thing we're going to do is to come to permalinks. Another permalinks, we're just going to change our permalink structure to post name, and now we're going to save changes also. Okay, now we're good to go. What we're going to do now is to come to appearance, and we're going to click on it. We want to install the theme that we're going to be using for this tutorial. Now click on add new theme, and we're going to search for a theme called Blocksy. So this is the theme we're going to be using. Click on install and also activate the theme. Now that the theme has been installed and activated, the appearance of our website is going to change because the theme is in charge of changing the appearance of your WordPress website. And as you can see, our website is looking different. Now let's come back to themes. It says we should install a plugin called Blocksy Companion, which comes with this theme. Now just click on this install Blocksy Companion. And now that we've installed the plugin, this is how the plugin looks like. We don't really need much of this plugin right here, but it's going to give us some features that will be useful for us. Now let's come back to plugins and click on add new plugin. And now what we're going to be doing here is to install the plugins that are needed for us to build this website that we want to build. Alright, so the first plugin we're going to be needing is what we call Foxlms, and this is what is going to convert our website from looking like this to an online course website. And now to get this plugin, you need to come to this website. I'm going to leave the link down in the description below, and also you can just type this URL into your URL bar, which is foxlms.com, and then here is where you can get the plugin that is going to help you convert your website into an online course website. Now you can start to read through all this information that they have on their website, but we're just going to move directly to their pricing option. Let's go to the pricing page, and we're going to see the plan that is going to work out well for you. Now Foxlms has three pricing. They have the business, the developer, and then the agency. For the business, it is $139 per year. For the developer, it is $279 per year, and for the agency, it is $559 per year. And then you can see the features that comes with it. For example, under business, you use it with one site, support for 12 months, automatic updates, unlimited courses and users, and several other features that is available for you. And one thing about this plugin is that if you do not want to buy it straight away, they offer you a 14 days free trial, which you can use to test out the plugin to see whether it's going to work for you or whether it addresses your needs before you can then proceed to make payments for it. And also you can choose from annual or lifetime. In case you just want to go for the lifetime plan, you're also going to switch this tab, and you're going to pay $419 one-time fee for the business plan, 837 for the developer plan, and then 1,677 for the agency one-time fee. All right, so this is everything about this plugin. I have this plugin already and I'm going to install it on my WordPress website. Now let's come back to this page and click on upload plugin. Now I'm going to choose the file from my file manager and I'm going to click on install now. Okay, so the plugin has been installed successfully. Now I'm not going to activate the plugin now. We're just going to go back to plugin installer. And now what I'm going to do is to go back to upload plugin, and I'm going to install this second plugin that is going to come with the whole package, which is our certificates builder add-on. So I'm going to click on this and install. So the certificates builder also has been installed successfully. Now let's go back to add new plugin. Now we're going to install one last plugin. So click on upload plugin, or you can just come here to search for Quizmaker. So we're going to be installing this Quizmaker plugin, but I have the pro version and that's what I'm going to be using for this tutorial. And this Quizmaker plugin is what we're going to be using to create quizzes for our courses. It is also created by the same company that created this Foxlms plugin, so it works hand in hand together. So I'm going to click on upload plugin and I'm going to choose the pro version from my file, and now I'm going to click on install now. All right, so it says plugin has been installed successfully. Now we need to go back to plugin installer, and now we have a list of plugins we're just going to install from this search plugin bar. Now we're going to install Elementor, and this is the page builder that we're going to be using to design our website from start to finish. And now we're going to install these elements kit Elementor add-ons also, and we're going to install Forminator, and this is going to be our drag and drop forms builder. And I also have a full tutorial on this forms builder in case you want to have an in-depth knowledge about it, because I'm just going to be talking briefly about this plugin in this tutorial. So I'm going to link the video down in the description below also. But I'm going to install the plugin now, and now we're going to install our next plugin called Solid Security. And also I have another full tutorial about this Solid Security, even though it was called iTeam Security back then, but it still works the same, and you can watch that tutorial for a full guide on how to secure WordPress websites. Now next thing we're going to install is called Nexta Blocks, and this is going to be serving as a temporary solution for a feature that is coming soon to this plugin. So we're going to install this, and we're going to search for another plugin called User Menus, and we're going to install the second one also. And yeah, that's pretty much everything we need to create this website. Okay, before I forget, one last thing, we're going to install Presto Player. So this first option, click on install now, and yeah, what we're going to do is to come to install plugins, and now we can just install everything at once. But before we do that, let's delete this Akismet anti-spam, and we're going to delete Hello Dolly. All right, so we're just going to click on everything, remove this one, and now we're going to activate it at once. Now click on apply. All right, so we successfully activated all the plugins. Now let me give you a walkthrough on the plugin that we're going to be using to turn our website into an online course website. Now come to Foxlms and then come to general settings. So under the general settings, we don't have much things to check here. We're just going to leave everything as it is, and if you want to change your website logo, you can do that here, but I don't have any other logo. I'm just going to be using the default logo that came with this plugin. Now come to license, and when you buy the plugin, you're going to be given a license key. Now what you need to do is to paste the license key right here and click on activate. Now let me grab my own key real quick, and I'm going to paste the key right here and click on activate. So it says license was successfully activated, and the page is going to refresh automatically. And now we're going to have more other options to ourselves. Now let's go to email option, and here we can set our from settings. Now what name do you want to send emails from? I'm going to put in my business name. Let me just put in the WPBRO. No, let me use WPBRO. Let's use the name we used as our site title, then WP. And from which email address? I'm going to be using my personal email address. And then the subject, we can just leave it blank. And also, do you want to send emails to students? You can turn on the option if you want to send emails to students whenever they enroll in a new course. Do you want to send emails to instructors whenever a student enroll in their course? You can turn on the feature. If you want to send an email to the admin whenever a new instructor and a new student signs up, you can also decide to turn on both feature. And then when you successfully change anything you want to change here, come down to click on save changes, and then move on to the message variables. And this is going to be necessary when you want to construct your emails or you want to fix the certificates. So you don't have anything to change here, just leave it as it is. And then we come to payments, and you can only use PayPal at the moment to receive payments with your course. So to do that, we're just going to turn on this option and then click on this pencil icon. Now PayPal is not available in the country I am, which is Nigeria, but for your own case, you just need to put in your PayPal email here and then put in your client's ID and then your secret key, and you're good to go. I'm going to try as much as possible to find a guide for you that is going to help you get these details where you need to get them from, and then put them down in these boxes right here. But for my own sake, I'm just going to turn on test mode and I'm going to click on save. Okay, and then we'll move on to advanced, and it says hide course includes data. We don't want to turn off this option. What they're basically talking about is that, do you want to hide this box? We don't want to hide that. So let's come back, and then it says hide reviews data. Do you want to hide this reviews tab too? We do not want to hide that. So that's basically everything about the general settings. You can just try to navigate through all other things here. For example, if you want to check the reviews, you come to this reviews page. If you want to check the analytics, you come to the analytics. And by the way, let's view how the analytics looks like. And for the analytics, we can see several information like your total number of students, instructors, overall courses, average daily enrollment, your overall lessons, and then your sales, your total quizzes, quiz average score, quiz average duration, and other information that are needed for the growth and of your website. Okay, and actually for this instructor, you can see all the list of instructors on your website. For students, you can see all the students on your website. Lessons, you can create your lessons, and other courses, you can create courses. And that is what we're going to do right now. Let's create our first course on these websites. Now click on courses and click on add new course. So this is where you're going to be creating your course and everything that has to do with your course. So first thing first, we need to add a title. Let's come back to our demo websites and let's copy the title that we have here, and I'm going to paste that here. All right, so we have our title, and next thing is to start creating our section. And as you can see, we have about 3 sections here, although we're not going to be creating 3 sections, but let's just start with the first section that says getting started with WordPress. And now let's come back here to click add new section. We're going to edit and paste in the title there and click on save. And now we need to add lessons to this section. Now let's copy the first one and click on add lesson, and we paste the title there and click on save. All right, so let's click on add new section and let's create another section. Let's say building and designing your websites. All right, and let's come back here. Let's edit the section title to building and designing your websites, and let's copy this lesson. Come back here, click on add new lesson and paste, and let's save both changes. All right, so since we added a quiz plugin, what we can just do is to click on add quiz. And like I said, I already made a full tutorial on how to create quizzes with this plugin, like everything that has to do with this plugin. I'm going to link the video in the description. You can watch that video to have a good knowledge of how to use this plugin. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be using the demo quiz that we have here, which is this mathematics quiz. So click on this and click on save. Now we've added a quiz for this section. Now let's move on to the next stage, which is the details. And do you want this course to be a free or paid course? We want this course to be a free course. And for the description, let's come back here and copy the description that I have here. So let me just copy everything. Okay, and we're going to paste that here. And you can edit this, you can format it. Let's say you want to make this bold, you can click on bold. Say you want to add another heading, you can choose the heading. Anything you want to do. So far you're familiar with WordPress editor, you can edit your content here. And then do you want to add a course duration? Yes. Now this course is going to take, for example, let's say 10 hours and 20 minutes. Okay, and let's move on to the next stage, which is the settings. And you want to set an enroll limit. Let's say you want only 10 people to enroll for this course, you can set it here. Let's say it is 100, you can set it here and leave it at 0 for unlimited enrollments. And what difficulty level? Let's say this course is only for beginners, or it's for intermediates or experts, or all levels can take this course. We're going to leave it at all levels. And now we can add a certificate to this course. And after this stage, I'm going to show you how you can create your certificates. So let's leave this for now and let's come to analytics. And here's where you can see the analytics about this course, the total enrollment, your lifetime sales, your total lessons and quizzes and every other thing. Now what we're going to do is to click on publish, and we're going to publish our first course. All right, and what we're going to do is to just expand these posts, and let's set a featured image. I forgot that. Let's set a featured image, and let's select a file from my file manager. All right, so I uploaded a picture. It's still uploading, and this is what we're going to be using as our thumbnail. All right, click on set featured image, and this is going to be our featured image. Now let's save this course again, and now let's view the course. Let's open it in a new tab. Now before we take this course, let's add lessons to the lessons we just created. As you can see, we just created a blank lesson. There's nothing there to learn. Let's add our video lesson and our text lesson and every other lessons we want to add. Now to do that, let's come back to courses, and we're going to come back to lessons. Now for this first lesson, we're going to click on edit, and here is where we can add our videos and every other documents we want to add to our lesson. This is where we can do everything. So what we need to do is to just click on this plus icon, and I'm going to search for Presto Player, which is the plugin we installed earlier on. Click on Presto Player, and now I want to bring in a video. Okay, let's first of all start with a video that is hosted on our website. So we're going to click on video, and now all we can do is to either add or select a video, or we can use a video URL from wherever we save the video, probably is on our Google Drive or somewhere else. Now we're going to click on add or select video, and we're going to pick the video from our computer and upload it to this website. Although it can take up a lot of storage on your hosting account, so that's why you need to use a an external service like let's say Vimeo or let's say Amazon S3 to host your videos. Now we're going to click on select files, and I'm actually going to search for a video that I can use. So I already uploaded this video. We're going to select this video, and we're going to import it into the Presto Player plugin. All right, now on the right hand side we can see some options here. These options are in the pro version, and you can decide to turn on this autoplay feature, even though I don't want to use this feature, and you can decide to turn on play inline, and every other thing is okay. Video playback speed, you can select the performance preference to either video playback speed, page load speed, or page load speed extreme. You can also click on this tooltip to read about the performance preference explained to you. Now what we can also do is to select a poster image. In case you don't want this to show as a poster image, you can click on select, and then you can come to your media library and select another image to serve as the poster image, which is also called the thumbnail. And also you can select a video presets if you want to use the default or coarse or simple, minimal, or YouTube optimized. So I think for the sake of this tutorial, everything looks almost the same. We can just go for the course option. Let's go for the course option, and what we can just do is to come to lesson settings. All right, now do you want to make this a sample lesson, meaning that a lesson that anybody can watch whenever, let's say they are a guest on your website, they don't need to be logged in, they don't need to even buy the course to watch the lesson. So let's click on this tooltip. It says if this option is activated, the lesson will be available for all users including guests. This option can be used for lessons you want to use as an example. So you can turn on this option or you can leave it off. Let's just leave it off for this tutorial. And also for attachments, we can click to add attachments. We can add file. So let's select the image we have here as the file. So select that. I can also add a URL attachment. So let's call this WordPress, and let's put in our WordPress.org URL and click on apply. And that's all it for this lesson. Click on save, and I'll click on save. All right, so the lesson has been updated, and this one lesson can just serve as the example we need for this tutorial. Now let's click on start learning. Okay, and here we have it. This is the video lesson that we uploaded to our website. Now we can click on this play button, and then this is the video that we uploaded. As you can see, everything is working smoothly. Okay, and you can fast forward, you can pause, you can forward 10 seconds, you can reduce the volume, you can change the speed, you can play in play mode, and then you can put in full screen. So all the features are available for you to use. And also this is the attachment that we added. This is the link to the WordPress official website, and then this is the link to download the file that we added to this lesson. Now what we can just do is to mark this lesson as complete. And now that we've completed the lesson, our next step is to take a mathematics quiz. All right, so to take the quiz, click on start, and then it says 150 divided by 3, this is 50. Move on to the next. 10 plus 20, this is 30, and 5 times 40, this is 200. and we can click see results, and our result is going to be displayed immediately for us. And as you can see, our score is 100%, and you can decide to restart the quiz or check your answers to see where you got it wrong in case you missed anything. And now we're going to click on next lesson, and we're going to be redirected to the next section inside this course, but we did not add anything here, so we're just going to mark it as complete. So once you finish all the lessons that are available for you to take in a course, it's going to change the status to completed. Now what we're going to do now is to add a certificate to this course, so that whenever someone completes this course, they'll be able to download their certificate. Now to do that, we're going to log in back to our admin area, and right here we need to scroll down and come to Foxlms and select certificates. So what we need to do is to click on this button that says add new certificates. And now for the title, we're just going to add something that will make it easy for us to identify the course we are working on. So for this one, let me just copy from the demo website, since we have the same course title, and I'm going to paste that there. And for the certificate title, we're just going to give it, let's say, WordPress Mastery, and then it is presented to the student's name. This is where the variable comes into play, the student's name. And then here we're going to change this from course title to, let's use site URL, because site URL is going to even link this back to our website when they open the PDF. So everything is okay as it is here. What we're going to do is to click on publish, and here we're going to publish the certificates. Alright, so the certificate is now published, and the next thing we need to do is to add this certificate to a course on our website. And now let's add it to the course that we created earlier on. Now to do that, what we're going to do is to come to our courses, and then we're going to edit this course. Alright, so while we're here, we need to come to settings. Under settings, we're going to choose the certificates that we just created under the certificates option, and we're going to save our changes. So changes has been saved. Come back to the course page, and let's refresh this page. Alright, and there we have it. We can see a new button here that says download certificates. Now we can click on this blue button, and this certificate is going to open up in a new tab on our browser in a PDF format, and we can decide to download the certificate onto your laptop or onto your phone from here. As you can see, this is the certificate that we created, presented to the WPBRO, and like I said, this domain name is linked to our actual domain name. So once they click on this, they can redirect them back to our website, and then you can see the details that the certificate was issued. So everything is looking good, everything is okay as it is. Now let's close this page and let's move on to the next stage. So now that we have created the courses and the lessons, and I've shown you how to create certificate also, the next thing we need to do is to actually design our website to make it look something like this, like what we have in the demo website I showed you in the beginning of this tutorial. Now to do this, to create these websites that we have here, what we need to do is to come back to the admin page of our website, and now we're going to create a new page which is going to serve as our home page, and from there we're going to use Elementor to design our website to make it look appealing like this, to make it look visually appealing like this. Now let's come back here and let's go back to our dashboard. So while you're here, what we need to do is to come down to pages, and we're going to select add new page, and now we're just going to give the page a title of learn. Let's use learn WP, which stands for WordPress. And now we can set a featured image right here. Let's just choose the image that we've been using from the beginning of this tutorial. Alright, so we've selected the featured image. What we're going to do now is to change the template right here from default template, and we're going to use Elementor full width. And now we can publish this page. Now when we publish this page, nothing is going to change. We're just going to have a page that has no content on it, but that is the first step we're going to take into designing something that looks just like this. Now let's come back to this, and the page has been published. Let's click on view page. Alright, so this is what we have. Like I said, this is just a blank page with nothing on it. Now let's start designing this page. Now let me close this, and we're going to click on edit with Elementor. Alright, so on this page is where we're going to be designing our website. Now let's just keep this notice, and let me close this page also. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to click on this plus icon to add a new container, and we're going to be adding a container by clicking this flex box, and we're going to choose this third structure. Okay, so we have our container here. First thing we're going to do is to come to advanced, and we're going to be adding a padding. And actually I already opened this demo website on my second monitor here. So just to make things easy, I will be giving out the values I used for these websites, just to make things easy. We're not going to be guessing anything. We're just going to be replicating these websites. And now I know that most of you might not be interested in designing this page all by yourself. That is why I will try my possible best to link down the templates which I use there down in the description below for you to just import into your website. And you can just edit all these demo details that I have here to fit in you for your own use, and you can use it on your website for free. All right, let's come back to our Elementor page. And now we're just going to unlink this padding, and I'm going to put in 100 at the top, and I'm going to put in 100 at the right also. I'm going to put in 50 at the bottom and 100 at the left. Okay, so the first thing we get to start with is our hero heading. For example, what we have here, we have learn web design and development with expert-led courses. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to come back to this website. I'm going to click on this plus icon to add a new element, and I'm going to drag in this heading here. All right. Now the text I copied earlier, we're going to paste it right here, and we're going to edit this text to make it look just like this. And to do that, what we're going to do is to come back to this page, click on this pencil icon, and then we're going to come to style. And under style, this is where we can style this text to look just like what we have here. So what we're going to do is to click on this pencil icon. First of all, the size is going to be 50, and we're going to change the weight to 700, and then the font family is going to be intertight. Okay, so we have our font size, our font weight, and then the family changed to intertight. I think everything is okay as it is for this. And now we're going to come back here to add a new element, and this time around we're going to add a text editor. We're going to add a text editor, and we're going to come back to this other page to copy the text that we have here as a subheading. So Ctrl C, and we're going to come back here, and we're just going to Ctrl V it. Okay, there we have it. The next thing we need to do is to come to style. Another style, we're going to come to typography, and change the font family to intertight, and we're just going to leave the font size as it is. The default font size is enough for us. I do not think we need to change that. Well, I think this is 15. Okay, let's make it 16. All right, next thing we need to do is to come back to add a button, and for this we're just going to drag in this button element. Okay, so for this demo website, we have get started for free. So let me just type that in under here, the text get started for free. And we're going to add a link. We're going to use the link for user registration. So we can just copy this link, and we're going to paste it here, user registration. Now let's style this button also. Come to style. And for this, we used intertight also for the typography. That's what I'm going to be using throughout these websites, intertight. And let's just use 15 for the text size. And font family, the background color for this button is going to be orange. Now let's come down here to color, and let me just copy the color code I used. So let me open up my color picker, and hopefully the color code is still available for me to use. Or what we can just do is to open this color picker and then pick the color right from this website. Okay, we still have the shade of orange that we used. What I can just do is to copy this, and we're just going to come here to paste it. Okay, now the next thing I need to do is to change the padding which I used for this button. So to do that, we're just going to come down to padding, unlink all these values. I'm going to add 20 to the top, 50 to the right, 20 to the bottom, and 50 to the left. And also I'm going to remove the border radius by unlinking the value just to make it sharp. And if you want to make it rounded, you can do the same, and you can just add 5, and then the edges are going to be rounded. If you want it to be completely rounded, you can add 50, and it's going to look just like this. But I want to leave my own as 0. Okay, so let me just unlink the values just to have that sharp edge. Now what I'm going to do is to upload the image which I used on this website. Now what I'm going to do is to come back to add elements, and I'm going to drag in the widget, the image elements. All right, now we're going to choose the image and I'm going to upload it from my computer. So I already uploaded the 2 images we're going to be needing in this tutorial, so they are uploading right now. So we're going to go with this first one and we'll click on select, and then we come to style, and I'm going to change the width to 85. All right, so that is it for this first section. Okay, I think we need to fix something. Let's fix the padding for this first side of the container. So for the padding, we're going to click on this edit container, and we're going to come to advanced, and we're going to add 50 all through. All right, so that should work. Okay, so it looks similar to what we have here. All right, let's move on to the next stage, which is the next section. And don't worry, we're going to work on the mobile responsiveness when we're done designing the full page. Now let's just move to the next stage. Click on add a new container, click on flexbox, and we're going to go with this first option. Now for this next one, it says why choose us? Why choose us? We can just do something. We can come here to copy this. So we can just copy and we can paste here. And what we're going to do is to just copy this text, why choose us, and we're going to replace it. And next thing we're going to do is to come to style and center. And I think it is too big for this. This font size is too big. What we can just do is to reduce the font size by coming here. Let's click on this pencil icon, and we're going to reduce it to 35. All right, this does good. So the next thing we're going to do is to add a subheading, and we can do the same. We can just copy this. So right click, copy, and then come down here to paste, and it says why choose us, Ctrl C, and we're just going to paste it there also. All right, and also come to style, and we're going to center it at the middle. Now the next thing we're going to do is to add a new container. So click on this plus icon, and we're going to add a container here. Now that we've added the container, what we need to do is to search for an icon box. So come back here to click on add elements, and we're going to search for icon box. So we have the icon box right here. We're just going to be going with this one. All right, so we have the icon box here. We're just going to edit the text. For example, we have here, it says expert-led courses. So what we're going to do is to copy this expert-led courses, copy, and we're going to paste it here. And for the text, we have something like learn from top instructors with real world experience, and we're going to paste that here also. So for the icon, I just chose dummy icons here. We can just search for icons. Let's search for user, and let's use what I used for these demo websites. Okay, so we have that there. What I can just do now is to change the color. Now we need to come to style, and under style, let's come down to contents. Okay, so for the text color, we're going to just use, let's say 1A, 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 and typography is still going to be intertight, and for the description, let's change the color also to 1A, 1A, and 1A, and also the typography, we're going to change it to intertight. All right, and font size 15 or 16 or thereabouts. Okay, let's go with 16. Later on we can edit it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is to change the color for the icon. We're going to change the color for the icon, and to do that, we're just going to come down to icon and then icon color, and we're going to paste in the color we copied earlier. So where is the color? We're going to paste this in. All right, so there we have it. We have something similar to this. We just need to duplicate it just to make it plenty. All right, so what we need to do now is to right click on this, and then we're going to duplicate. We're going to duplicate it 4 times. So right click again, click on duplicate, right click, and duplicate. Okay, so now that we've duplicated it 4 times, we're just going to come back to this container, and we're going to change the direction from vertical to horizontal, and there you have it, something similar to what we have here. And one thing that I forgot to do is to just edit this, and under settings, we're going to align it to the left. And what we can just do is to add padding to the whole container itself. And to do that, what we can just do is to expand this option, click on this, and now what we're going to do is to come to advanced. And under advanced, we're going to use the same padding we used for the first one, 100 at the top and 100 at the right. We're going to use 50 at the bottom and 100 at the left also. Now let's come back here and let's see the next one. So for this, what I just did is to come back here and I copied this section. So I copied the section, I came down here and I pasted it here. Now what is just going to change is the text. So for this one, I'm going to copy this and we're going to come down here to edit the text. So we're just going to replace the text, and here also we're going to replace the texts. Okay, let's click on that and Ctrl A and Ctrl V. And also we're going to change the button. I'm going to change the button to courses. Okay, we've not created that page yet, but we'll create it very soon. So let's just say explore courses. Okay, so this one is pretty much easy, and I think I changed the image. So click on the pencil icon and let's choose another image for that. So we're going to go with this second one and insert, and we should be good to go. So one thing I can just do is to reduce the font size for this. So let me just click on this pencil icon and let's change the font size to about 40. And also the whole container in general, let's work on the padding. So let's edit the container and come to advanced. So for the top here is going to be 50, and let's change the bottom to 100. All right. Okay. So we are getting there. We are definitely getting there. So what we can just do now is to move on to the next section. To create this particular section, that is why we created, and that's why we installed a plugin called Nextstart Blocks, and that's what is going to help us to put this here. But let's just move on first. So for this section, what we're going to do is to click on this plus icon and click on Flexbox. I'm going to choose this fourth structure. All right. So for this, what we're going to do is very simple. We're going to click on this first container, and we're going to add our title, our heading there. So we can just go with this one. Let's just copy this, and we're going to paste it here. Okay, now that we've pasted it, what we just need to do is to copy the text from our demo website. So courses picked for you, Ctrl C, and we're going to paste it here. Now we're going to work on the padding for this container that we added this text. So come back to click on this edit container, come to advanced, and at the right, okay, first of all, unlink the values. At the right, we're going to add 80, and at the left, we're going to add 80 also. All right, so courses picked just for you. Next thing we're going to do now is to copy this text, and we're also going to copy this. So we copy that and paste it here. And okay, let me just come back here to Ctrl C again and Ctrl A and Ctrl V. All right, so next thing we're going to do is to change the background. As you can see, we have this background here, and let me just open up my color picker to check the color for this background. So I don't have the color. We can just pick the color from this web page, and okay, I have the shade here. Let me just open this up and copy. All right, now let's go back to this page, and we're going to come down to edit container, and we're going to come to style. Another style, we will be able to change the color under the background. Click on classic and click on this to open up this color, and let's paste it there. All right, so we have the similar background that we used there, and what we can just do is to use the opportunity to just add the paddings to this container in general. Now let's come to advanced, and we're just going to be adding the padding at the top. So let's just put 100 at the top. And now we're going to come back to this later. I'm going to show you I can create these widgets, because right now this plugin is not compatible with Elementor. Okay, now let's move on to the next stage. Which is the sources and testimonials. All right, so for this we can just use this option. Let's copy this section, copy, and then we're going to come down here to paste. All right, so the next thing we need to do is to copy our text. So let's come back and copy these success stories and testimonials, Ctrl C, and we're going to edit that here, Ctrl V. All right, and can copy this one also, what our students say, and we're going to edit this. Oh, sorry. All right, paste that there, and now we're going to delete this. We're going to delete this icon box. Just delete everything, and now we need to add a testimonial widget. So we're going to be searching for testimonials. Let's just search for testimonials, and we're going to be using this one. So drag and drop it here. All right, so we're going to go with this style, and now we're going to start putting in our testimonials. Now let's open up this page. Let's delete these other two testimonials, and let's focus on this testimonial one. So let's copy the testimonial from the user. All right, and now I can paste the review here. Okay, so we have the first testimonial here, and the business name is David R. All right, David R. Let's scroll down. Okay, it's up. The client's name is David.R. and designation is WordPress developer. So let's just say WordPress dev. All right, now we need to move on to the next. We're going to give it a 5-star rating. You can change the rating, maybe 1 star, 2 star. We're going to be using 5 star. I know you can also add a link. And for the client's avatar, we're going to be using one of the images that we uploaded. For this one, I used, okay, let's just go with one of the pictures I uploaded earlier on. Let's go with this. All right, let's just select that, and it's going to be replaced with this default one here. Okay, so we can just style this. Let's come to style. What we can just do is to let's come down to description, and as usual, font typography, we're going to change that to intertight. Okay, and the color also to 1A, 1A, 1A. All right, and we're going to do the clients. Come down to clients, and the color also should be 1A, 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 and the typography should be intertight, and same thing with the designation. Let's just change the typography for that, and intertight. All right, I think this looks good. And yeah, the next thing we need to do is to duplicate the testimonials. Now let's come back to content, and let's come back to testimonial, and we can just easily duplicate this. So click on duplicates and duplicate. Okay, so we should be able to have 4 testimonials on our website. All right, so okay, there's one option we need to change. That's why we're not seeing the difference. So let's come to settings. And slides to show. We want to show 3 slides on desktop, and then want to scroll each slide one by one. Once we want to play it, we don't want to show arrows, but I want to show the dots, and I also want to enable loops, and I also want to pause all over. Yep. So these are the features we need to activate, and yeah. The next thing we need to do is to probably just add the shadows I added here, even though it might not be necessary. But in case you want to add that, we can just come to style. We're going to see box shadow option. All right, this is it. Box shadow option. You can decide to add your box shadow to it, and you can decide to play around with how subtle you want the shadow to be. And you can also decide to play around with the padding. Let's say you want to add 50 all through. Okay. So this is it. This is the background shadow that we can see. And yeah, let's move on to the next stage. For the next step, we'll have these letters from our blog. And actually, I don't have any blog post created right now, but I'm going to show you how you can create these also. So what we're going to do is to come down here, and we're going to create a new section. But instead of creating a new section, we can just duplicate this. So let's duplicate. Click on duplicate, and we're going to copy latest from our blog. All right, so I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to replace that here, latest from our blog, and we're going to copy this, come down here, and I'm going to replace the text. And as usual, I'm going to remove this testimonial option that I have here. Let me just remove the container in general because I don't think I need that anymore. What we need to add is let's search for posts. All right, I think we need to put in this post grid. No, let's search for blog posts. All right, I think this is the one we need. Let's drag in this option. All right, yes, this is the one we need. Blog post is the one we need. So let's just delete this and let me just edit this blog post for you. Now let's come back to Learn WPBRO. We can see how this looks like. Here's what we can do. Just click on this pencil icon, and we're going to change from block. We're going to change from the layout style from block to grid with thumb. All right, so change from grid to thumb, change to grid with thumb, and now we're going to edit other information and other features that we have available here. For example, we can decide to show read more, but I'm going to remove this read more button, and we can show contents, and also we can crop title by word or crop contents by word. For this one, I'm going to put in 10. So I want to just show the first 10 words here. All right, so moving on to query, you can decide to show select posts by categories, and then you can just choose the categories you want. But for my own, I just have one category on my website. All right, so now moving on to metadata, you can just leave this one as it is, but for this demo website, I decided to show a floating date, and I use this first option. Okay, so the next thing I also did to create this was to come to style. Another style, well, what we're going to do on that style is to change the background color. So click on this classic, and we're going to change it to white. All right, so since we've changed it to white, definitely we need to change the color for the title and every other content. Come down to title. I'm going to choose 1A, 1A, 1A. All right, this is bugging out. 1A, 1A, 1A. And definitely we're going to change our typography to intertight. So search for intertight. All right, so also we're going to change for our content. We're going to change the color to 1A, 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 and our typography also to intertight. So search for intertight, and yeah, come back to wrapper. Another wrapper, we're going to remove the border radius. So unlink this, and there we have it. This is how I created what we have here. And next thing I just need to do is to change the background to this light blue that I have, and I can still find the color code from my color picker. So this is the color code right here, E9F5F5, and I'm just going to come down to my container, edit container, and we're going to come to style, and under classic, click on color and paste the color code right here. Okay, so we can move to the next one that says join us as an instructor today, and I can just come back here to copy this, all to duplicate, and okay, let me first of all delete that. I'm going to copy, and we're going to come back here to paste. All right, so now we're just going to change the text. Join us today as an instructor. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to come down here to paste, and I'm going to copy the text, and I'm going to paste that right here. And also we're going to change the text here from start teaching today, and I'm going to click on this pencil icon, and I'm going to paste in the text there. I'm going to search for instructor, and okay, we have it there, instructor registration. All right, now let's move on to the next one, which is the frequently asked questions. And for this, what we're going to do is to just come back here, and we're going to copy this. I'm going to copy this section, and come down here to paste. Now all we need to do is to just change the text and add the this accordion tab that we have here. Now let's come back here to copy this text, frequently asked questions, and I'm going to paste it here. And we're going to copy these also. And I'm going to copy this and I'll replace it with this. All right. So the next thing we need to do is to just delete this one, and let's search for frequently. Okay, let's just search for FAQ. All right, so what we need is this first option. Let's drag that here. All right, so there we have it. Now what we need to start from is by changing the fonts and the font style. Now let's come to style and let's change the font style for everything. So under style, we're going to click on the typography, and we're going to change the font style to intertight. All right, and I think the font size is okay as it is. We don't need to change anything. So let's move on to edit this one, the description. We're going to change the fonts. We're going to change the font color later on, but let's change the typography at first. Intertight. Okay, now as you can see, for this one we have this color that we chose here. Now let's change this color. Now let me just grab the color code from this my plugin real quick, and what I'm going to do is to come back here. So I'm going to come to edit container, and under style we're going to come to background type, and we're going to change this to all right. Now let's change the color for this one also. Come to style, I'm going to change the color, the text color to white, and we're going to change the text color for these also to white. Come to style, text color, white. Same thing for this. Let's edit, click on this pencil icon, style, and description. The color is going to be white, so change the color to white. All right, let's open this up. And now to edit this text, what you need to do is to just come to content, click on anyone you want to edit, change the title, and also change the description, and that's how you can edit these frequently asked questions. All right, so what we're just going to do now is to just add a little bit of padding to this. So let's just come here, let's click on edit container, come down to advanced, and we're going to link all the values together. So everything should be 100, and we can move on to the next stage, which is the last part for this landing page. Now what we're going to do is to just come back here again. Let's go back to the top, and we're going to actually copy this section. Click on copy, and we're going to scroll down, and I'm going to paste it here. All right, it says ready to start learning, create an account. I'm going to copy the text, and we're going to paste it here, and we're going to copy this text also, and I'm also going to paste it here. All right, and we're going to leave the text on this button as it is, but we can just make a little bit of changes to this section. So let's just come down here, and let me come to style, and under style we're going to edit this the typography. So click on this pencil icon, and we want to edit for this heading. So click on the pencil icon for heading, come to style, click on the pencil icon, and we're going to reduce the font size to 40, and we're going to increase the line height, change it to EM, and we're going to add 1.2, or we can use 1.1, whichever one goes best. Let's use 1.2. Come back to typography, and let's add 1.2. And also we're going to add padding. We're going to add a little bit of padding to the first container. All right, so we're just going to click on this edit container, and we're going to come to advanced, and we're just going to change this to 60 all through. Okay, and there we have it. We have our landing page, so we can just scroll back. Okay, all right, before we move on, let's change for example, if you can see this frequently asked questions here, it is not as wide as we have it in our websites here. So what we need to do is to come back here and click on this pencil icon. Then we need to come to advanced, and under advanced we need to come to width, and we need to change this to custom, and I think I used 70%. And first of all, we need to center it. We need to center it to the middle, and I think I used 70%. Just find the percentage that works best for you. Maybe 70%, 50%, 60%. Let's try 50%. And let's see. All right, I think 50% looks good. So let's just leave it as 50%. And let's move on to the next stage of this tutorial. So since we've created this landing page and everything is looking good, now let's try to fix the mobile version so that it's going to be responsible across all devices. Now to do that, you're going to see this image, these icons that we have up top. We have this tablet icon and then this mobile icon. So click on the tablet icon and that's what we're going to start from. All right, for this one, for the mobile responsiveness, it's supposed to be easy. So let's start with the top. So click on this edit container, and under advanced, we're going to unlink all the values. I'm just going to add maybe 50 to the top and 50 to the bottom, and we're going to click on edit heading, come to style, and we're going to just change this to maybe 35. All right, and for the container, we're just going to remove the padding we added earlier on, and we're just going to add it to the main container. So let's just add, let's say 30 and 30. And for this image, click on the pencil icon, and we're going to make it full width. Okay, now we can just click on this edit container and probably just add like 30 to the top. Okay, it's looking good. Now to the next page, what we can do here is very simple. Click on this edit container, and right here we're just going to change the direction to vertical. Or we can even do something different. We can leave it as horizontal, but we can change this from flexbox to grid. Okay, and the columns is going to be two columns, and then we can just have it like this. All right, now let's move on to the next section. For this one, we're going to start from this container. Let's remove the padding that we added. So remove the padding for this container, and we're going to adjust the padding for this other container also. So let's just remove everything, and for the top, let's say 50, bottom 50, right 30 and left 30. And one thing we can also do is to increase the size for this image. All right, let's move on to the next stage. As usual, we're going to remove all the padding that we added for the container. Okay, and we're going to add everything to this main container. Now unlink all the values. Let's add 100 to the top. No, let's go with something 50, and let's say 50 at the bottom and 30 at the right, and 30 at the left also. Testimonials, this is looking good. We can just remove a little bit of padding, come to advanced, and right should be 50 and left should be 50. Top should be, let's say 70, and bottom also should be 70. Okay, latest from our blog, everything is looking good, and our call to action to join as an instructor needs to be fixed. We can just let me see whether I can just copy the style from this. So let me right click to copy. So let's copy style. Let's copy, and let's see whether it's going to work. So paste style. All right, so that worked, but we can just remove the padding for this one, and let's see. Okay, join as an instructor. This is way more better. This one, and let's see. Okay, join as an instructor. This is way more better. Let's increase the width for this image. Okay, and let's see what we can do to make this a little bit better. Let's add 30 all through. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. For this one, we can just remove the percentage we added. Let's come to advanced, and let's percentage, and let's see 100%. Yeah, 100% is okay for tablets. And for the last section, let's remove all the values. Okay, and we're going to come to advanced, and we're going to remove all the padding, And definitely we're going to reduce the text, the fonts for this, let's say 35, and the line height should be 1 em. Okay, now let's add padding to this whole container in general. Let's see whether 50 is going to do, 50 all through. All right, and there we have it. This is looking good. Now let's come to mobile. And mobile is not supposed to give us any problem at all. Let's start from the very top. So edit mobile is one of the easy to do. So the hero section is okay. The hero section is okay. Let's move on to the next one. Edit this section. We're going to unlink all the values here, then add 100 back to the top. 100 is actually too much. Let's leave it as 50. 20 to the right, 20 to the left. And now we move on to the next one. This one also is okay, but let's just increase the width for the pictures. Okay, and yeah, this is okay. And move on to the testimonials. Also, let's edit the padding. 20 at the left, 20 at the right, 50 at the top, 50 at the bottom. Same thing for our blog posts. Come to advanced, and we're going to remove the padding. 20 at the right, 20 at the left. Let's say 60 at the top, 60 at the bottom. Join as an instructor. All right. Our frequently asked question also needs to be fixed. Let's put 20, 20, 50, and 50. And yep, everything is okay. And style, let's increase this. All right. So we've successfully made our page responsive across all devices. So the next thing we need to do is to fix these courses. These courses picks for you. Let me show you how you can add these courses right here. So what we're going to do now is to publish this page. All right, so the page has been published. Now we can even view the page by clicking on this view page. And then we have it. We have the hero section. We have the why choose us. And we have our explore varieties of courses on one platform. And also, let's fix this. Something is wrong here. Let's come back to our Elementor dashboard and let's come to desktop mode. Another desktop mode. Let's go back to this section. Click on this edit container. And for desktop, we want it to be 4 columns. All right, 4 columns and 1 row. Okay, let's publish that, and the changes should reflect by the time we refresh our page. So let's just wait for the page to publish the new changes, and let's come back here to refresh. All right, so the error has been fixed, and then we can see the next section, courses pick just for you, our testimonial section, latest from our blog, join as an instructor, frequently asked question, and then our last call to action. Now let's come to our admin area. So now the next thing we need to do is to show you how to create something like this, like we have on this demo website, how to add these courses to our landing page. Now to do this, we need to come back to our dashboard, and then the plugin we installed, these Nexta blocks, just over on it and click on patterns. And then while you're here, what we need to do is to click on add new pattern. So let's give our pattern a name. I'm going to give it courses just for easy identification, and click on create. Now all we need to do is to come here, type in / and search for Foxlms course grid. And now all we can do is to edit all these settings. You can choose from the skin type. You can choose either grid or list, and then you can also edit the columns count to whether you want 2 courses per column, or let's say 3 courses or 4 courses. For the sake of this tutorial, I think I used 2 courses, so let's just come back here and leave it as 2. And you can also edit the minimum column width, and you can also edit how you want to order the courses, whether by the dates created, dates modified, the title, the ID, and that's the 4 options you have. And also you can edit the order, whether you want to arrange it with descending order or ascending order, and you can also set the minimum price and maximum price. So that's the option you have that you can edit with this grid widgets. What I want to do now is to publish this. Now our pattern has been published. What we need to do now is to come back to our WordPress admin dashboard, and what you need to do is to come here to copy this shortcode. So just Ctrl C, and you need to open up your Elementor editor, Elementor websites editor, and scroll down to this section. Now we need to search for shortcode and drag this shortcode into this container, and then we need to paste this shortcode right here, and you can see we can have the course, we have the courses on the landing page of our website. Now we can just publish, and then we can come down here to refresh our page, and then when we scroll down we can see the course on our landing page. And if you notice something, this page is not our home page. Let's go back to our WordPress admin area and come down to settings, and then come to reading. So under reading, we need to change to a static page, and let's select this lane WP as our home page and then save changes. So now by the time we come back here and click on our URL to lead back to our home page, this page we just created is going to appear as our home page. And as you can see, it is working like we want it to do. Alright, so come back to WordPress admin area and let's move on to the next stage. So to the next step, let's create our contact us form. So to create your contact us form, come to Forminator and click on Forms. So here we just click on Create. So now we're going to choose this contact form template. So click on Use Template and click on Create. Now it has given us the template we need to work with. So what we can just do is to check whether everything is okay. For example, if you want to make this phone number compulsory, you can click on this pencil icon, edit field, and then come to settings and click on required, then apply. And like I said, if you want to learn in depth about this plugin, I already made a full tutorial some months back. You can just watch the video and learn how this plugin works in full. Now what we need to do is to just come to appearance, and you can just edit the appearance of this form. I like to use flats, and I like to come down to fonts and then change to custom, and then manually change my user custom fonts to any one of my choice. And for most times I use Intertite. Okay, but for this tutorial we'll not be diving deep into that. We're just going to use the theme fonts, and we don't really have much to do. Everything, the basic setting is okay for us, and we can run with that. Now what we just need to do is to click on publish, and we have this shortcode. Now to display this form on any page of your choice or anywhere of your choice, you just need to copy this shortcode and then come back to your Elementor, or whether you want to use a Gutenberg blocks editor, and then just going to click on plus, click another container, and now we're going to search for shortcode. Search for shortcode, drag it here, and we're going to paste. So by the time we should publish this page, this form is going to appear on our landing page. I do not want to dive deep into showing you how to design your contact us page, because this video is going to be getting longer than usual. But what I'm just going to do is that I can provide you with the templates which I used for this demo website. So you can just download these templates and import it into your website and then edit the details. So by the time you get the templates, you just need to come here to change my shortcode to your own shortcode, and then you are good to go. And then you just need to change these dummy details and you're good to go. Now let's go back to our WordPress admin area and let's check the security option. Now over on security and click on setup. And also, like I said, I've created a full long tutorial on how to secure WordPress websites. Check my channel or check the description below to see the video, and you can learn how to fully secure your website, as I'm going to be talking about the basics in this section. Now we're just going to either click on allow and continue or skip. So for my own case, I'm just going to skip because this is a demo website. There's nothing they can really get to improve their products with these websites. And now we're going to have a little bit of onboarding session. Now we're just going to choose everything accordingly. For example, it says what type of website is this. I'm going to go with e-commerce, and then it says before we configure solid security, let's scan your website, let's scan your store for vulnerabilities. You can decide to scan sites or skip. For this one, I'm just going to skip because this is a brand new site. There is nothing, there's no malware on these websites. All right, so it says attackers can make thousands of login attempts even before you notice, and then is advising us to enable our local brute force. Now we're going to enable both option and then click on continue. So it's also asking us to turn on two-factor authentication. Well, I won't be using two-factor authentication on my website, but in case you want to enable two-factor authentication, you can turn this option on. So by the time you press your password to log in into your account, it's going to require you to still input a code to confirm that you are really the one trying to access your account. So we're just going to move on to the next stage, and it's asking that who are you building these websites for. I'm just going to click my own website, and we're going to enable security check pro. Click on next, and we're also going to click on next. So once again, you have the option to turn on two-factor authentication. Under firewall settings, you have the option to, you can just leave everything as it is, but you can deactivate or activate any feature you want. You can also schedule a site scan. Let's turn it on. But actually, let's turn this feature on, but this is basically what it does. Protect your site with automated site scan. When this feature is enabled, your site will be automatically scanned twice per day. If a problem is found, an email is sent to users. And let's move on to utilities. And there's nothing to change here. Let's just click on next. And user groups, let's just go with the default user groups. And we don't have to change anything here. Just click on next. And yep, let's complete setup. As you can see, this step is easy to go. You don't even need to have any technical knowledge to secure your website. The default settings that they've activated for you is more than enough to even keep you going, because they know the important things you need to activate on your WordPress website to keep you secure. And you can just do more digging by coming to settings. And under the settings, you can even decide to secure your website more. And like I said, I won't be diving deep into all these settings. If you need to learn more about this plugin, just watch the video that I uploaded before, and then you're going to have your full course. And what can just be of interest to you right here is to come to advanced. Another advanced, you want to open up this area, and you can hide your backend URL. For example, everybody knows that login to the backend of a WordPress website is your domain name.com/wp-admin. But if you want to change that, you can do that right here by just putting in the login slug of your choice. But we won't be doing that here, but this is how to fix that issue with WordPress. Now let's just turn this off and let's leave it as it is. So we are coming to the end of the tutorial, and one thing I need to just show you is the usefulness of the user menus plugin that we installed. For example, on this demo website, where is this? You can see the menu that we have here. We can see dashboard, courses, and contact us, and that's because we are logged in. Now if I should copy this same URL and I open these websites in private window, we're going to see that the menu that is going to appear at the top bar of our website is going to be different. As you can see, we have register, we have login, and we have some other menus under this register. Now let me show you how to create this. Let's come back to our website and come to appearance and menus. So right here, we're going to give our menu a name. Let's give it primary, and we're going to create the menu. So we have our menu here. Let's add in some links to the menu. So we're going to add our user dashboard, instructor registration, user login, and let's just add those menus to our menus. Now we're going to have the dashboard, and to limit this link to logged in users, we're going to click on this drop down icon, and here, who can see this link? We're going to change it from everyone to logged in users. And also you can still further limit it. It says choose which role can see this link. If you want only administrator to see this link, tick administrator, but for this one, we want everybody to see this link. Okay, now instructor registration, who should see this link? We want logged out users to see this link. And also user registration, we want only logged out users to see it. And then login, we want only logged out users to see this. And also we can just come down here, user links. Let's just tick this logout icon and add to the menu. And by default, let's open this drop down. By default, only logged in users are going to see the logout link because they are the ones that need to log out from the account. Now let's save this menu. And by the time we come back to our website and we refresh, okay, nothing changed. Let's come back to our backend, and we need to tick this option that says header menu 1, and let's save the menu again. So let's come back to our website and refresh the page. and as you can see, it is working. We are only seeing our user dashboard link and also a logout link because we are logged in. And let's copy this URL and open these websites in a new in private window, and we're going to see some other links like login, register, and yep. So as you can see, we can see instructor login, instructor registration, user registration, and then user login. So that is how you can fix that with this plugin. So yeah, we've come to the end of this tutorial, and I hope you've learned something meaningful in this video. So if you did, kindly leave this video a thumbs up, and if you have any question, anything I might have missed, kindly drop them down in the comment section below, and I'm going to attend to your questions. And also make sure to try out this plugin. I'm going to leave the link to the plugin in my description. You can try the plugin for yourself. You have 14 days to test everything, and if it's going to work well for you, you can go ahead and make your purchase. And yeah, this is how you can create your personal online course websites, and upload your courses, give out certificates, and just run your business from the comfort of your home using WordPress. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.